get smaller again, or does it stay big?
It doesn't. It stays big.
That's what I want.
It,
That's what I didn't. No, but see how now it gets at the end again? How did you get
that's
it
Yeah.
narrow like that?
that's because that's the other corner of the long side.
Oh, okay. So I
So
just
So
you
you
keep
have,
on following it and I go through it with both balls, and that's what it's going to look like.
Yep, it's just a big triangle, and then you tie it around yourself with
Okay.
the other side of the
Okay.
long side.
Thank you.
and
And
see, that's one of the things that I just love about it is, see, there's all this length to be able to wrap it around so that every
That's
time
what I
you
like
move,
also.
you don't, it's not going like this, like everything else.
I hate a shawl that just like falls off, or it's not long enough to like tie and like hold it onto yourself. But I'll post a picture on the Facebook page. I'll take a picture of a completed one on like on my floor and post it on the Facebook page
Yeah.
after we're done here.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Shauna. Well, hello, everybody. I hope everybody's having a better morning than I had. I don't know if you saw the email that I just sent out or saw the posting in Facebook. I woke up this morning to a flipped out website. So um, the techs don't know why yet, but that's why they're called techs, and they're going to figure it out. Meanwhile, if you do want to look at the website and see, there's the directions to, if you just access it with and maybe you aren't having trouble. It's not everybody that has trouble, but if you want to access the website and see the proper uh, prices, just open up an incognito browser and it will work just fine. So that's that. So, hello, Shauna. I just saw
Hi.
your little babies.
Yes, they are so sweet. I love them so much. I got them as lawnmowers for our backyard, but I
Oh,
wanted to make sure that I got them as ones that I could also use their wool. So, and I will send anybody who wants some wool to spin if they're interested, because they're gonna have a lot. But
oh,
they're
that's so
so
much
sweet.
fun.
Yes, they're so
How
sweet.
how often do you share them once they've
So we're gonna do once a year because we only have two of them. But with this breed, you could do twice a year in the spring and in the fall, but they're okay with just once a
yeah,
year.
and they
So
need the warmth in the winter
yeah,
time.
we want to keep them warm. They have their little blankets, but yeah, we call them our little sweaters. I
Oh,
didn't realize that they were so soft, but then I'm like, I feel so dumb. I'm like, that's what wool is. Like, that's why it's soft when I make
yeah,
sweaters. When I make this, like, that's why it's soft because they're soft.
exactly.
So they're so sweet though.
Oh,
They think I'm their
just
mom.
darling.
Yes.
Just darling. Well, I'm really happy for you that you get to experience that. That's really cool, and share it with us.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So I think I'm just gonna let Shauna take it away and field your questions. And thank you so much, everybody, for showing up. We're just lovely to see all of you.
Yes, I am. I have seen everybody's post on Facebook, and a lot of you did not believe in the beginning. I saw a lot of people who did not trust the process in the beginning, but now I see a lot of people that do trust the process, and it's working out. And I see everybody's shawls, and they are all beautiful. So I saw somebody said that it was the strangest shawl pattern that they've ever knit, and they were excited to see how it was going to look in the end. So
Every project you start is a little bit like that, isn't it? It's kind of this little journey in faith that all of these little
yes,
numbers and letters and stuff will translate into an actual project.
yes, yes. So I am here. I
Yeah,
saw
does any
somebody had their hand up.
Oh, okay. Who's that? Oh, there. Yes,
Laura.
Laura. You need to unmute
Right.
if you
That's
can.
just give me a second. I unfortunately was not able to join last time. So I listened to most of it, but I got interrupted. So I didn't listen to everything. And I'm still dubious about the ruffle. I mean, I understand how I ended up with, gathers and not gathers, but I don't see how I'm supposed to end up with a contrasting, a solid color ruffle uh, at the base of this thing.
The
Well,
solid
it's
color doesn't
yeah,
ruffle. The solid
yeah.
color is always going to be
No, I'm talking about this. Yeah. So what's that?
the ruffle at the very edge.
Yeah.
That's because so you double your stitches in the rainbow,
Correct.
and
Right.
then when you do the solid color, you bring it back in and you
Right.
increase by half. So the ruffle at the end is where you've doubled everything.
Oh,
And
so
so
you end with the ruffle.
yeah, you end with just the doubled
Okay.
stitches
Got
and
it.
then you don't bring it back in. So
Okay. The
yep,
the model that I saw, the picture that made me buy the kit in the first place had the really pretty yellow
yes,
ruffle.
Yeah, that's this one right
That's
here.
this one,
right
right?
there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And I
And
didn't.
you can see it's a little bit rainbowed. You could,
Yeah.
you can see there's a little bit of an ombre. It's
Yeah.
just too
The
short to
picture, of
catch it.
course. Yeah. So in my case, it'll be whatever color I'm up to in the
It should be whatever. If you do the colors that match in the middle, so if you start from the middle of the ball and then
yeah,
start
I
from
have to
the end
decide
of
about
the
that. So
ball.
far all I have is so far all I
That's
have
a
is
lot.
darkness. Hold on a minute. So far all I have is this the blue part of the variegated and kind of bright green.
Okay. So
But
if you start with the end of the outside of the ball, so kind of like
right.
match the colors together,
Yeah, I'll
your
decide
ruffle
what I want
would
to
be
do. Yeah.
your
I
ruffle would
decide.
be blue
Yeah. Yeah.
at the
No. Yeah, I realize that. I just have to decide if I want to do that or leave it, starting on yeah, I'll decide whether I want to
right
start
there.
again on the inside of the ball. I don't know. I'll figure it out when I finish the first ball, but I'm a ways from that, so
Right.
not a problem.
Right. No, it
Okay,
goes, you know what?
yeah.
Once the stripes get bigger, it goes very quickly because I found like you're like, oh, I want to just finish this stripe before I stop. And then like once the stripes get bigger, you're using like a lot of yarn.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, I'm on a one stripe a day diet. In other words, both colors. I have to do both colors a day. That's my diet, so I could do other stuff as well, like feed my husband. Anyway, thank you.
you can have sandwiches and then you can do 2 stripes a day.
How about anybody else? Everybody just want to enjoy the camaraderie and knit together, or do you have questions?
I know that some people have to have questions because I see the Facebook group.
I just find it strange that I only need one ball of the solid and
Yep.
2 balls. I feel like I'm going to use this solid up and I'm not going to have enough, but I assume because we double with that one, you use less yarn.
Yep. Yeah, I promise you, I only used 1 in this.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you knit 1 too. You finished it. You only used 1. Yes, I specifically.
And what size needle did you use? Did you use what you recommended?
Yes, yeah. Whatever's in here. Wow, it's been so long.
I think it's a
I think it's a
10.
10.
A 10.
Actually, I have
Okay.
another one I'm knitting right now, but yeah, it's a 10. And that's I used a 10. I mean, I think that you could probably it was lucky that we ended because I did, for me, I had a little bit even of the solid left over. Not a ton, but I had some left over. But it was nice that it ended so that we could finish the 2 balls and have, the colors end as they did. So we had the beginning and the end together. and we had just
Yeah, I had
enough.
the same
So,
experience.
yeah.
Yeah, I had some left over as well.
Yeah, so you'll even have some left over, I assume. But if you don't, that's okay too, if you have just enough. But you should have. I'm sorry, my cat is like yelling to go out and we will not let him. So if you guys hear plaintive cat meows, that's him.
You're not torturing animals in the
No,
background.
yeah, no, he was outside. Like when we bought the house, the lady that had a bunch of cats own this house before us, and we've taken in a bunch of cats that she left that were sick, and now they are not allowed to go outside anymore. And like he's the only one that really misses it. And so all the time I just feel so terrible. He walks around the house crying, and I'm just like, you can't
Oh,
do it, Lawrence.
poor baby.
I know, poor Lawrence. So everybody just ignore him. Oh, and I did bring for to show you guys today one of the first shawls that I knit like this. And now this yarn, I didn't do stripes of different colors. This yarn was just kind of variegated and changed by itself. But I just wanted to show you guys something you know, without the stripes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people are asking about like using different yarn for it. And so here I just wanted to kind of bring something to show you guys. You know, you can make it however you want. Like it doesn't, this was one of the first ones that I did. And I was just thought that like the color change was interesting enough. But then later I realized stripes would probably be better. But you don't have to do stripes if you don't like stripes. There are
Yeah,
stripes
just if
naturally. I'm sorry to
yeah,
cut you.
that's what I just love so much about knitting in general is you can use a pattern but still alter it just enough to make it totally your own.
Yes. And I saw somebody is using fingering weight yarn on the Facebook group, and I'm really excited to see how that's going to turn out.
Yeah.
I think that we're in the last meeting. He's yelling again. I'm sorry. But I think that they were in the last
We can't
meeting.
hear.
Okay, good, because he's really
Yeah,
like under the table yelling right now. But I'm excited to see how that one's gonna turn out. I think it's gonna be more of like a small scarf that they're unless they knit forever and it's like 35 feet long. But I'm excited to see how that one's gonna turn out. And also they're using pink yarn, so of course I'm excited to see how that one's gonna turn out because I like everything pink. So
so clearly they have good taste.
yes, yes, yes.
Oh, Patty,
So,
nice to see your face. Nice to, oh, yes, Jane,
yeah,
what can I do?
Shauna,
What can
now
we
you
do?
said on the very first one that you made, so you worked off of just one color. You just, and it was variegated?
Yes. Yeah, this is actually the first one that I ever made with this yarn or with this pattern, and the yarn itself was variegated. And so this is just one yarn. I didn't change colors, I didn't do anything. So I just made it like this with just one color. And then later, I thought it would be even more visually interesting. I'm trying to also see you guys and show this. So it would be even more visually interesting if I had the stripes themselves be different colors, which is now what you guys are doing. However, I mean, even if this was a solid color and wasn't variegated, I think it's still the pattern itself is
Texture.
yeah, the texture is interesting enough that you don't even need to do any colors if you don't want to.
Did you
That's
show us
interesting.
last week, Shauna, the one that you knit with the stripes, with all the stripes holding a strand of mohair with it, so every stripe was a little bit fuzzy? That was
No,
cool.
no,
Or was
I
that
don't
something
have that.
else?
No, I don't have that with me.
Yeah, and that's okay. But you can
Yes,
just imagine what it would
but
look
yes,
like to knit with a wool of some kind that was smooth, and then just hold a kid silk mohair with it for the stripes, and how the stripes would all be just a little bit fuzzy. Oh, that would be, oh my gosh. I feel like I want to start one right now. I feel like that would just be so cute.
yes. I love mohair in anything. And I actually have a shawl that I'm getting ready to send off to Pamela as soon as this one's done. That is 2 strands, a strand of, what is it? Is it wool? And then a strand of mohair. And
I think
so
so. I can't remember.
I know it's been a long time. But it's beautiful. It's so comfortable to have, and it's like so nice to have against your skin. I love adding mohair to anything. Like I do. I have like a whole corner of like pink mohair in my yarn room. And anytime I'm starting a new project, I go and I look at it and I'm like, should I? And my husband is like, it's a sweater for me. Please don't add pink mohair. And so then I don't.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Did you have something you wanted to say, Jane? Or were you just saying hi? Oh no, Patty, I'm sorry. I'm looking. No, you're just saying hi. Okay,
No,
cool.
I thought that my video was on because I didn't put my video on last week because I have to be on my work computer and it's tucked under my desk, but today's a holiday, so it's easier to get it out and just kind of do that. But this has been really fun. I'll just say that since my mic is on anyway.
Oh,
But it's been
good.
fun. Hard for me because I'm a beginner. But it's like I'm knitting the same row over and over and over because I keep doing it wrong. And then I take it out. I made a lifeline and then the lifeline didn't work. So I had to go past further than that. But I'll bring it, I'll show it. It's not perfect, but it's good enough.
It looks
Oh,
good.
yeah?
It's perfect because
Yeah.
you did it.
Yeah. And I'm making that I-cord edging.
Oh, that
Nice.
I love. Yeah.
So that's working
I
out
wish I would have
well.
thought of that. Yeah.
I know you were like I'm a beginner, and then you're like, I'm doing an I-cord edging.
I know.
I know.
Well, it
Well,
just shows that I-cord is not totally, I mean, I-cord is
Right,
not
yeah.
the most complicated thing in the world. It just sounds complicated.
yeah, I
Right.
did this is my 5th item that I've done. My 3rd item that I did had an I-cord edging. Didn't know that at the time. I'm just knitting per the instructions. Do this, do this, do this. I'm like, what? So it did take me 4 days to perfect the I-cord edging, and I mentioned this on my Facebook post. Had I literally just done it like the pattern said and then weaved in my ends, it would have taken far less than 4 days. But so my time saving option,
Right.
it did not save me any time.
Right.
But
Yeah.
And this is
No,
my
you know what? It'll
color.
look better in the end. Oh,
Yeah.
what color are you using?
It's the dusty woods.
I
So
like
right now
that.
it's just in the, the brown stage. But pretty
Yeah.
soon I'll be in the green and then the blue and the purple. So I love this color.
Yeah. Oh, I have that too. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get it. It's right here.
So thanks for sending me that outside of the kit. Appreciate that, Pamela.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. My pleasure.
I don't know how much of that main color I know I heard you say that there would probably be some left over, but I don't know if there will be any left over with my I-cord taking up 6 extra stitches per row.
That's
So
true.
I may be contacting you for another ball of Clumber Spaniel.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
keep you
Let me
posted.
check. Yeah, that is a good point that we actually didn't address last week. So yeah.
I'm thinking 6 extra, and there's how many? Let me think. There's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we still have, we have like more, we have like 15 hanks of clumber left right now. I mean, we'll always get more in, but that's what we have right now.
So there's going to be 144 extra stitches if you do an I-cord edging with 6 stitches. So I would say you probably will still have enough for 144 stitches. Now, if you do something like super fancy, probably not. Like I would say if you're like getting and this is just like generally, like if you're getting into like a 10 stitch like edging that you're adding on, you're probably going to run into where you're running out of yarn. But 6 stitches or less that you're adding on, you're probably going to be safe, or like just about safe. You might have like 1 row less that you are going to be able to do, which I think is still going to be fine, because like 1 row less, it still has, you know, almost the color in it. So I think it would still look okay.
I mean, I can also just make it shorter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, it's long enough that especially if you're, you know, like I kind of have broad shoulders. I'm tall and have broad shoulders, but if you're not so tall and don't have broad shoulders, it would still be long enough.
Yeah, and I use the Dusty Woods too. I used, what other color are you using with the Dusty Woods? Cumberland?
Clumber Spaniel.
Lumber Spaniel. I
Mhm.
have here Dusty Woods and Lily
Is that
Lollipop.
stone?
I
Oh
think
no,
it's,
that's Lily Lollipop.
yeah, Lily Lollipop.
Oh, I love
beautiful.
that.
Yeah.
So at some point in the future, it will be this purple color. So the purples will kind of blend together. So I'll have like a little bit of the purple. So we'll see how it turns out.
No, it'll be beautiful.
Yeah, well, all of them will be beautiful because all of these yarns are beautiful and all of the color combinations are beautiful. So
Oh, Tina, look at your little one playing with. See, you're going to have the same thing with the 2 purples blending together. Or almost, they're the same. Oh, I think you're on mute. Yeah.
yeah, you're muted.
There we go. I thought I unmuted. So this one's Mermaid Dreams, and this one is Kismet.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Nice.
nice.
Also,
Yeah.
I love the color of your house. Like,
Wait, it does more. Hold on. It does more.
Oh,
oh my
wow.
gosh,
Look
I
at
love
that.
the color of your house. I could not
Hey.
have a migraine in it, but I love it.
Yeah, so it goes sea green against the windows, and then it goes, there's an olive green, and then it goes this blue here, and then it goes back to the sea green by the window, and then it goes to a gray down the hallway, and then the TV window or the TV wall is a dark blue.
Oh my gosh, I really like it. It's the exact opposite from my house. Everything is pink, but it's very nice.
I love blue. We live on an island up north of Seattle, so why not have fun with it?
Right.
Yep,
You
Oh,
only live once. Why not have fun with everything?
exactly.
There are no rules. We made all these rules up. So there's no reason not to do whatever you want. I can have a pink house. You can have a blue house.
Yep.
We can
I
do
was
things
I
that
did
are
20
made up.
I did 20 years in the Navy. I followed all their rules. I can do what I want now.
For sure. For
I
sure.
love it.
You have no more rules now.
I love it. I love it.
No,
Which island do you live on?
I live on Whidbey Island.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I've never lived in Seattle, but I had relatives in Seattle, and one time we went on a whale watching tour up through Deception Pass, past Whidbey, and
I lived 20
on
Deception
all the
Pass.
way up to Canada. What? I'm sorry?
I lived 20 minutes from Deception Pass.
Yes, yes. Oh, it's just so gorgeous. That's one of my banner memories that I have is that trip that day.
I
Well,
have to tell you, Tina, you sound like my husband who was in the army. He hates rules. He hates lines more than anything. But he could break any rule. He says, I was in the army. I can break any rule I want. It's very, I have to tell him about you.
That's hilarious.
I feel the same way.
Freedom is our natural way of being, and when we're confined so tightly, I think we want to be free. So we knit so we can be free and just decide
True.
exactly what color we want and how we want to do it.
And that's the same thing too. I see a lot on the Facebook group, like everybody's really concerned about like following the instructions like really carefully. Like you guys don't have to follow the instructions for like this pattern, for any pattern. Like you guys can like make changes. Like I love seeing all the edges. Like I have heart reacted all of the changes to my patterns. I know a lot of people who design patterns would not have heart reacted to changes to their patterns. But like I love seeing that. I love seeing you guys like make them your own because they are your own. Like just do whatever you want to do. There are no rules in knitting or anything, but knitting especially.
Knitting is this interesting combination. I did another knit along on Saturday, and someone said it really well. They said it's an interesting combination of being really exact and following knit so many, and so that our rows turn out, evenly or whatever, and then just complete flexibility and freedom. So it's a really fun combination. I hadn't really ever thought of it like that.
So I'm in a knit along on Thursdays. I've been in a knit along. I love knit alongs. They're my favorite way of knitting. And I made it's a very easy knit along. It's really for beginners, but I wanted to do it anyway. And I made a major error while I was knitting. I'd already done six inches, and we all decided liked my error better than the original pattern. So we're changing the pattern. It was boring before, and I didn't do it on purpose. And it looks so much better now than it did. It was just a plain shell. And I started to do garter stitch or seed stitch or something because I lost my concentration. I was talking, and we all changed the pattern because it looked better. It was funny. Sometimes
I just
mistakes can be
love
good.
that. Yeah. I just love that.
I have a friend who said, if you keep making the same mistake over and over again, it's not a mistake, it's a design element.
Right. Very true.
I love it. Yes.
I have used that many, many times. I actually am doing that right now. I'm designing a sweater right this second that you guys may see. Pamela may like it, and you guys may see it. And I kept adding to the outside edge. And I was like, why do I keep adding to this outside edge? And I was like, you know what? It's getting added. We're making the outside edge slant out now. So I get that.
It's like your fingers knew what it needed to be done.
Yes.
Anthony, that's what Anthony has. It's him.
Is anybody else knitting any like multiple projects at the same time?
Oh, really? Really?
Of course. Of course. I mean, I was at my knit along this morning, and
oh my gosh, multiple in one day.
I know. Well, I can't do anything else at the moment because I hurt my back. So this has been good. And the hot weather, you don't want to go out in. But we all said there always has to be something you concentrate on. And then you need one where you can be in a plane, you can be in a train, you can watch television, you can have your grandchildren over, and you just knit. What's interesting with me is my knit along has men in it.
Oh,
my father used to knit socks. And this is a long time ago. If my father was still alive, he'd be over 100. We have a young guy who's around 30, and he's a designer in fabrics. And he said, I want to learn about knitting. There's a guy who's probably around 48. He comes with his wife. They're both teachers, and it's a knit along from 5 to 7 so they can come after work.
Nice.
And it's a really diverse group. It's really nice. And that's why we really do simple things.
What are you guys making?
Just a plain shell. He's actually making it a little bit bigger so he can wear it as a vest. I'm making mine larger also so that I could wear like a t-shirt underneath it or a long sleeve when the winter comes. Very easy, simple. That's the one I messed up, but as Catherine said, mistake can be good. But it's fun. It's really, really fun. And I like doing it. I once did a knit along in Florida because I have them in Florida also. It was called a mysterious knit along. We had no idea what we were knitting. We just knew we had to pick out 4 colors. We couldn't figure out if it was going to be a shawl, a blanket. I thought it was going to be a cover for a vacuum cleaner. So if you have a vacuum cleaner out, it covers it and you can't tell. It ended up being a blanket that you just kept on knitting and knitting. And at the end, you start cutting. It was great. It was so much fun. We had no idea what it was going to be until like
That does sound fun.
until maybe a month into it. It was really fun.
That does sound fun, Pamela. That sounds fun.
There you go.
Is there
Design a
shawl
vacuum
brand
cleaner
for
cover and we
anybody
can
who would
do it.
that?
If I can find the original name of it, I will send it to you because it's a cute one. It really is. And it's fun. You can make it lightweight. You can make it heavier. We all made different colors, different, it was great. That's what I love about knit alongs, different colors, different fat, different, fingering, heavy, Well, it depends on where you live, on how, you might want it.
I know. I would do that. I will make a pattern.
It was
for
fun.
You.
It was fun.
I know. Who else would do that? Would anybody else do that? I would do
Oh,
that.
very much.
Yeah.
Nobody else wants to do that?
No, a lot of it. I will tell you, 2 people did not like it.
Okay.
They didn't like the idea that they had spent the money and they were spending the time and they didn't know what was going to happen with it.
Well, then why did they do it?
Yeah, I know.
They wanted to try it. They never, but while we were doing it, they started to complain. What can I tell you? I thought it was fun.
You know what? Honestly, I myself wouldn't do it, but I would make something and I would like lead you guys to do it. I don't love surprises, but I like getting surprises for people. Like
Okay.
I hate my birthday because like when my husband buys me something, I'm always like, give it to me. I want it now. My birthday's on the 22nd and I'm always like on the 16th. I'm like, just give it to me. I don't want to wait. I want it now. And so, but like when I get stuff for them, they're like, can I have it a few days ahead of time? And I'm like, absolutely not. You have to wait until your birthday.
Oh,
I like mystery knit alongs. They're fun. Like Marilyn said, you have, they tell you what supplies you need, but then it's kind of, okay, what's next? The hard part is keeping up with that. I do
True.
one through
True.
another company that's called Knitmas, and it's the 12 days of Christmas, like starting the day after up into January. And because they figure your Christmas projects are done by then. And we've done a couple different, the first one I did was supposed to be a cowl, but the colors I chose were Eastery colors, so mine turned into a skirt. I don't know how that happened, but
well, you weren't looking.
It's really fun to, to just be kind of knitting and seeing what's happening as you're going along.
I did
Well,
a year
you've
long.
inspired us. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Barb.
I
I'm
did
sorry.
a year-long one too.
Wow. And it was a mystery that whole year? I mean, well, eventually you
Yeah,
figured
it was
out
a mystery the whole year. It was kind of fun. As a
What
matter
is
of
Oh
fact,
my gosh.
it's on the back of my couch all the way.
it was a blanket then?
Well, they called it a blanket.
Oh,
Like
Oh, a
a
slanket.
I mean, I could put it on as a shawl, and both sides of it would touch the floor. I'm not that tall though, so I'm only 5'1".
This was ours. This was the blanket. And as it turned out, was the cutting. And I picked colors, not even knowing what I was making. And these are the colors of my house up north. I just lucked out. But it was so much fun because it's different patterns. And when we made it, it was all one, like a great big tube. And then you cut. I'm going to find the directions somewhere. I will. I'll send them to you. It's a fun thing to make. And I love it.
It's a great idea. Yeah, that's a great idea. Thank you. You guys are inspiring, Shauna and I.
know.
Shauna and me.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking of all the things that I could like that would be that you wouldn't need a size for, because if you had to pick a size, then obviously you would know it was a sweater. And if it was a hat, it would only take a day to figure out what it was. And so I'm just thinking of all the things that could be a mystery and kept a mystery and wouldn't have to be a size.
Home accessories, I guess.
I know, yeah. I'm thinking like we could make a stuffed elf or gnome for Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, I gave away one of my
Yeah.
ideas.
Okay.
So now that.
Yeah,
One
you
of the
can't say
things we
anymore.
did was a tea cozy. Do you know what that is? You know, it covers the teapot.
Oh, cute.
And people don't necessarily, at one time we thought it was going to be a pillow. And then another time we thought it was going to be an animal. So there are things that you can come up with. I'm sure you're very
Yeah.
creative.
Oh, that's a great idea. That's a great idea.
You know, now I'm thinking of
So,
everything.
so let me hear from some of you other ladies who haven't said anything. Patricia or Jackie, how are you ladies doing? Just enjoying yourself? Do you have any questions?
I haven't started mine yet. I started rolling the yarn and ran into a problem, as you can see. So I'm trying.
Oh,
No, it's almost all unraveled.
I see that and I want to get my fingers on it. I just love to untangle
No,
yarn.
I'm the
Well,
same
it's
way.
got a certain
Yeah.
charm, but I think knitting has more of a charm. I'll be very this in a little while, and I
Yeah.
wanted to. I actually thought I would start the shawl while the knit along was going on, but I'm still unraveling the yarn.
Shoot.
Um,
Oh gosh. And Jackie, how about you?
I'm waiting on my kid to get here Monday, but while I have you, talk to me about the color of the striping and how I missed part of that, I guess. Some people were starting in the middle for what reason?
She wants to know which side of the ombre to start.
Oh,
The
okay.
ball.
So for us, I think for me and for Pamela, we both, what we've done is I started this in the middle of the ball. The tan was the middle of the ball. And then I knit to the end of the ball, which was the navy blue, which I also use navy blue for my stripes. So there's a big blob of navy blue here. And then I wanted the colors to go together. So I started on the outside of the next ball. So
Okay.
that navy blue was here with the other navy blue. And then I knit on the outside of the ball to get to the inside of the ball, which is the end here. Because if
Okay.
I would have started with, if I would have knit, which is an option that you can do too. Like people can definitely choose to do this. But if you knit all the way up to here, I would have had navy blue, and then it would have stopped and started tan again. And then the colors would have just repeated in the same order that they went in the first one, instead of going in the opposite order.
That makes
I
sense.
think
And that's
that's what
the colorway.
Yeah, I think that's what mine did, Shauna. Mine started with yellow and it went to green. Well, I'm a little confused, and it went to blue again. I'm actually confused as to what I
Which
don't
one
I don't recall. But anyway, you can do either way is the
Right.
No,
point. There's no right way.
Yeah.
That's
Pamela?
very helpful because I picked that narwhal colorway, but I haven't seen a photo of it all spread out. So that was a lot of help. Thank you.
Sure, no problem.
And I'm doing the same one Pamela is, and it starts with a bright yellow, then it goes through the blues and greens to the gold. And the gold is your repeat. So the outside of the ball was gold. So I started on the outside again and went
Yeah,
gold
see, that's what I
back,
think.
back to the
Yeah.
bright yellow.
Yeah. I think that's what I did. I did it
Yeah,
just opposite of
The
Shauna.
gold is your repeat section.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
here,
okay.
both options for you. So Pamela will hold hers up and then I'll hold mine up. So you can either have it with just the split in the middle, or you can have it just keep going. which it's totally up to you. I liked it so it was the colors were opposite and like mirrored each other, but some people like it, like Pamela liked it the other way, and so she did it the other way. Pamela and I,
Well, either that or
for some reason,
either
Pamela and
that.
I was an option. We always like the opposite.
Sometimes, yeah.
With alternating the balls of yarn so that way it goes down together. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, you could do that.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Not doing that.
Especially since you're cutting the ends
It's
and
cut it, yeah.
I'm not
Yes.
cutting. I'm weaving in as I go.
you're weaving. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
Because-
I'm thinking about cutting one and doing it where I'm alternating the different balls so that way the pattern the ombre goes down together. I think that would be
So-
kind of
Be sure. Are you in the Facebook group? Be sure and show that, because yeah, I want to see that. Sorry, Shauna, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, are you gonna do it so that the ombre is together and it's just one long ombre? Or are you gonna do it so the ombre is the opposite?
well. What I'm thinking about, because I'm thinking about doing it with this one, is going the blue, like doing 2 rows of the middle, doing 2 rows of the middle on the other one, and then doing my stripe.
So it's just a big long ombre? Yeah,
Yeah.
so I want to make sure, like, for people who watch the video or for anybody who has questions, so like if you were to do it that way, so what she's saying is just to, instead of like just using one ball at a time, to use like to do one ball and then the stripe and then another ball and then the stripe and then the first ball and then the stripe, and that
Well,
would
what I'm thinking about doing is even doing like two rows in the stripe and then in one ball, and then finishing it with the 2 rows or however many to finish out that row of the other one. So that way it's even more
yeah,
together.
even closer together. That would be good too. That would be even better, more work, but even better.
Well,
But
because you know that in one whole row, it can change variation so
Yeah,
much in that one row. So if I want to take and do it, I got to split that row.
right. But that's going to create like just one very long ombre.
Oh yeah.
And so,
yeah.
but I just want the people who like are watching that may not have like may have extra questions, like that'll just create one long ombre. So you won't have the pattern mirrored and you won't have the 2 patterns. It's just going to be one
Right.
long.
It'll be one, it'll flow like it was one piece. Yeah.
And then I think it would look cool at the same time if you did the opposite, like if you did a stripe of the first ball going one way from the inside and then the stripe of the second ball from the outside, and then have it alternated. And so one ombre is going this way and the other is going this way.
Oh, heck yeah. That would be
They're
cool.
Yeah, and they're working together like in tandem. Oh,
Yeah.
that would be really cool. And you know what? I have another color set, and I think I'll do it with that. Let me see. Let me grab it. They're right here. They go together too, but I actually don't know if you have one of them because I had it for a long time. Let me see what it is.
My least favorite thing to do in the world is to weave in ends.
Same.
So I am tearing my yarn on up. When I'm done, I'll get my crochet hook out, and then I'm just going to crochet up the edge.
Yeah, that's a
to
good
cover
idea.
all that.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
that's an excellent idea. Or you can not cover it. I don't have it. Actually, I can show you.
So this is what mine's doing. I'm weaving it as I go along. I go into the second and I
Yeah.
just twist it up. So, and that's what it's doing. And it's on the back side, so you can't see it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was going to show you. I did the Irish shawl and carried it up, and I actually, it didn't look that bad. I was seeing if I had it right next to me, but I don't. But it really didn't, it wasn't noticeable to me. It doesn't detract from it at all. So it's just, again, what do you want to do? You know, there's no right or wrong. Just
I don't want to weave
and
in a bunch of
play.
ends. That
There you go. So that's perfect.
And that it's so funny because when I was walking out to go get the yarn, I heard myself talking on here. I heard myself say, I hate to weave in ends. So I don't know who it was that said that, but that's literally me. In every single knit along, in every single meeting, I hate to weave in ends. Oh my gosh, my least favorite.
Yep.
But let me see what color this is.
I think we've heard from everybody while you're looking, Shauna. We've heard from everybody except Dottie. Dottie, how are you doing? Here, I'll hit the button. There you go. I just asked you to unmute, so maybe you can see it. Maybe we're not going to hear from Dottie.
Get it?
Oh,
Go. I got it.
there she goes.
Doing very well. I was confused in the beginning too, because I said, this isn't going to work. There is no way. And it's really coming out beautiful. You could see.
It looks great. What colors are you using?
I don't know. I have to look at the label to tell you. The sample. Whatever the sample was.
This one. The stone, and I think it's Starry Night and Stone.
Yes, yes. And I love.
But see how, but look, but hold that up again. Do you see how
the colors are different?
Yeah, how.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wait, let me hold it up so I can see that the very end where you started, where everything was kind of very blue. Oh no, where you're knitting now. I'm sorry. Where you're knitting now. Yeah.
This is.
See all those blues together that are so intense?
Yes.
I feel like you're getting more of that, than even I did in mine. I mean, I don't think these ombre balls are absolutely exactly the same. You know what I mean? I think, I mean, I assume, I can't say that I know this for sure, but I assume that they're somewhat similar, but they might vary a little bit in where they stop and start as far as the colors. So I just love how those blues are mingling there together.
I think I saw that these were done in batches of 6 at a time. And so I don't know like about the dye lots. Like I think they use the same dye for them, but I think they're actually like painted in 6 at a time.
Oh, okay. And the bags come in 10. So anyway, yeah, it's kind of going to be a little bit. I'm sure they kind of try to stay somewhat the same, but I think they vary just a little bit.
I like the ones where the white through in them, like where the white,
what?
where the white peaks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Those are
Me too.
I like those ones.
Here, let me show that one. Hold that up again. Yeah, where they look. Yeah,
where the white peeks through just a little bit.
So
like
you've got ombre mixed in with almost a tweedy effect. It's lovely.
Yeah, I really like.
Yeah,
that's love it.
Big time right there.
And that's I have.
Oh yeah, see that? Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful.
Gosh. Yeah.
Oh, and then let me see Barb's. Barb, hold hers up. Hers is doing the same thing.
It looks really.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God, those colors are gorgeous.
I know. And Tina's matches her house.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And that one's not for me. This one's mine. I have the turquoise and Mariana's trench.
Oh, it looks nice.
Oh,
yeah.
That actually matches as well.
Yeah.
I lived in Guam right next to Mariana Trench. So when I saw that as an offer, I grabbed it for me.
Wow.
That's really lovely and meaningful. Yeah.
I found these ones. So these
I love that.
Sahara Skies and Hearth. which I don't know if you have Hearth anymore or
No, and I think
where I
Sahara
got it from.
Skies, it has been discontinued, I think.
Oh, I got it from you
Sahara-
last month. So lucky me.
Oh, you did? Oh, wait, let me
Yes.
see. Maybe
I
I'm
just
wrong.
found it in my email. But yeah, they have it that like goes together in the middle. So, but I'm gonna do it where it's like the two that are one goes one way and the other goes the other way in the shawl. It's like the whole thing. So I'll post a picture. I'm gonna start that today and I'm gonna post a picture of that on Facebook as soon as I finish, which should be in a
Yeah,
few.
we'd love to see. Yeah, everybody post everything. Just love to see it.
I
Oh no,
love
I'm wrong. Sahara Skies is still available. I am completely wrong.
I was like, oh my gosh, I just got it from you.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, I don't know where Hearth came from. I had it in my thing. So I think I got it from you at some point. And years ago maybe. And
Yeah.
I was like, what match is this? And so I found Sahara Skies.
That's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Where are these dyed? Where do they, do you know where does
They're
it
from
say?
Italy, I believe. I believe it's Italy.
Mhm.
Made in Italy.
Okay, I never looked. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I do have plenty of Sahara Skies. I don't know why I blanked on that. Yeah. And that's a particularly pretty color. I really,
I
well,
love
I
it.
mean, I look at all of them and I don't know what I like best. Is anybody here doing the tropical sunset? Somebody last time was doing that tropical sunset with the white. Oh, so clear and so clarifying. Oh, I just loved it.
Somebody just posted it on Facebook like yesterday or the day before, and it's almost
Oh.
halfway done and it looks so good. I want it myself. Like I want them to make it for me. So if they listen to this, you can send it to me, please.
Oh, there, I'm seeing it now. Yes, it's
It
beautiful.
looks so
Beautiful,
good.
beautiful.
It looks so good. And Brenda, I just saw you hold yours up. What colors do you have?
Oh,
Oh, you're
that's
muted.
the Aurora. Is that Aurora? Let's see.
I think it looks like mine. Is it mine?
I have the Aurora.
Wait,
Yeah,
Brenda,
yeah.
can we unmute her? She's just talking.
Oh, she was unmuted, wasn't she?
Brenda,
Oh, Brenda, you're muted.
Brenda, you're muted.
That's a blessing. So,
That's-
yeah.
No. Go
It's
ahead.
going.
Be
I was
fine.
busy with another, I was busy handing off a volunteer responsibility to somebody. And so I got back and I went, didn't I have something else to do today? Yeah, knit along. So sounds good.
Oh, I'm so glad you hopped on.
I know, especially, are you making mine?
Yes.
Yes.
Yay. Yeah. And I'm
Beautiful.
going to a big conference next week. And so it's one of those things I've got, the patterns memorized after you do the knit one, and you just go back and forth. And they're like, you will be on Zoom for a very long time every day. And you might want to bring some crafts with you. And I'm like, crafts, that's a nasty word to use. Knitting. I mean, yeah, I could crochet too, but a craft doesn't involve glue.
You could paint or glue popsicle sticks or glue macaroni to a piece of paper.
Oh, craft sounds so simplified.
Like, yeah, we'll see.
Oh,
how it goes.
lovely, lovely.
What other colors? You were mentioning a different rainbow one with white. Who's got the white one?
Oh, there was this one, and she's in the. Let me see if can I get.
Wait, I have
pull it over.
Show it on my phone.
Can you show it on your phone? Okay.
Let me see. Because I
The
have
ruching reminds me of that Knitty one that I think I did 5 times. That was a semicircle. I had a funny name, Cerise or something like that. It was at least a decade ago.
And it's one of my fallback. So you would do a certain number of rows plain, and then you would double everything and go for a little while and then on. Oh, ooh,
Isn't that
yeah.
pretty?
Oh,
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
What are back in the
No,
80s?
no more yarn. No. Yes.
No.
Get away.
Must complete many whips.
Husband is always like, why are there packages on the porch? And I'm like, I don't know. That's so
They're the neighbors. Yeah.
yeah. What would that be?
Ordered.
The
I
neighbors.
pre-ordered that months ago.
Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh, that's always my go-to. I'm like, oh, I ordered that so long ago. It's been out of stock and they just sent it.
Pre-ordered.
Oh, is that what you
Yeah,
guys say? I never heard of that one.
Oh, I say that all the time. I don't even, I mean, he knows I'm lying at this point.
Yeah.
I say it all the time. I'm always like, oh, I ordered that so long ago. Do you want to see the receipt? I was like, he's never called my bluff yet, but I'm always like, do you want, I can pull up the receipt. Like I ordered it probably in December. I ordered it and it just got
out. And it just got here.
Yeah.
Do you check his receipts when he gets back from the home products stores?
No, because he's going there for me. So
yeah.
I don't complain about
I told him to do something.
To the auto parts store.
The
That's
card
another one.
parts. I don't question because
no
question about the yarn. So
No, that opens a very nasty door that I don't want to be open. But I will say that when we were purchasing houses, we were looking for historic homes. And I only had 3 requisites. I wanted granite countertops, wanted hardwood floors throughout. Well, I guess I had 4 requisites. I wanted hardwood floors throughout. I wanted a sitting room off of our master bedroom. And I wanted a yarn room. And so we passed up
Not
like
necessarily in that order.
no, definitely
No
not.
kitchen mentioned. No kitchen. Oh, the granite countertops are for the knitting room? The yard
No,
room?
the granite countertops are in the kitchen.
Oh, you had to have a kitchen.
Yes, we passed up so many houses because there was not a knitting room. And I was like, absolutely not. There was one that had like a big butler's pantry. And he was like, could you use this for the knitting room? And I was like,
Put a skylight in it, maybe.
I know. I was like, there's no windows here. How could I do that? So yeah, we finally found one. It did take us 2 years.
I'd be interested to know how long people have been knitting. Like at what age did you learn how to knit?
I don't think you've gone that far.
I learned how to knit about age 6. And I was on an airplane. Might have been in my 60s or whatever. And I was knitting. And the man across the aisle at the end of the flight said to me, is that knit or crochet? So I explained to him it was knit and I explained the difference. And he said, you seem to do it so easily. You're not even looking at what you're doing. And I said, well, I've been doing this since I was 6 years old. And the lady behind me said, and you haven't finished yet?
Well, I like her. Yeah.
I learned when I think I was 8, I was a brownie and I had to get a patch. And one of the patch was knitting. And I had a great aunt who came to my troop and taught all of us how to knit when I was around 8.
Oh,
it was
that's
fun.
so sweet. Very sweet. I love that.
At 6, I have crocheted until I was 48. At 48, I started knitting. I stopped knitting like 6 months after I started learning, and I just picked it up back in December. And I've learned more in the past few months than I have.
Yeah, that happens.
How could you have learned that at 48 when you're only 25?
I know. That's like, how do I have a daughter who's 32 in Iceland right now when I'm only 29? I know. I don't understand.
I know. I'm the same way. My daughter is getting ready to turn 18 and I'm like, how can you be 18 when I'm only 23?
I'll tell you a funny story. When my husband turned 76, his mother said, how could I have a 76-year-old if I'm 76? He lived to 101. So, it's.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
goals.
Mhm.
Those are
Get
my
to
two.
the end of the row before I fall asleep. No, that was
Dottie,
me.
if you're talking, I think you need to unmute again.
Sorry. I was a kid when I learned to knit. We had 5 girl cousins, and our aunt just said, sit down, gave us a ball of yarn and knitting needles, and she taught us how to knit. But unfortunately, I'm the only one who still knits.
Oh.
And I crochet also.
Well, I would say
Yeah.
fortunately, because at least one of you kept doing it. So I was 18. I was pregnant and I was on bed rest, and I lost all of my friends when I got pregnant because I was boring. And I went to a craft store. I went to Ben Franklin's. It was a craft store. And um, I got a learn I no, it was called I Taught Myself to Knit. Came with like the cheapest knitting needles imaginable. And then I also had just enough money to get the cheapest ball of yarn, and it was so scratchy and acrylic, and it was neon orange, and it was marked down because it was neon orange. And yeah, I taught myself, I taught myself to knit, just like the book said. And I made my boyfriend probably the longest scarf in existence because I didn't understand how to cast off. So I just kept knitting, and I just kept knitting, and I just kept knitting. And it started out about this wide and it ended up about this wide at the end. It was hideous. He did, for his part, he did wear it, and I thank him for it. So
I didn't start knitting till I was in my 40s. I learned to crochet when I was in my teens. But it was hard for me to pick up knitting, but that's what I mostly do now. But right now I have 3 knitting projects and 1 crochet project going, so I don't get bored.
oh, I can't
That's
switch.
fantastic.
I have to do either only knitting or only crocheting. I can't do both at the same time. So I really salute you for that.
So
Do you
let's see, Jen. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
you continental knit since you crocheted first?
No, I do not.
That's the only way I could force myself to knit was to continental knit.
No, I'm a thrower.
I'm a puller. All right.
So I noticed, Jen, you started a little, you hopped on here a little bit later. Do you have any questions? We're trying to make sure everybody gets a chance to hop in. Oh, maybe she's not there. How about Carrie? Or Rebecca? Oh, there's Carrie. You don't have to show your video if you don't want to. I just wanted to make sure that if you had any questions, you had a chance to jump in. That's great. We're just all, how's your tangle, Patricia? Oh, there.
Yeah,
Well
I
done.
thought I'd be farther along, but at least I'm ready to start.
I had one lady several years ago. She'd purchased that fingering yarn, that cashmere. Oh, bye, Patty. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, she'd purchased the smooshy fingering, a hank of the smooshy variegated fingering yarn and cashmere, and she literally sent it back to me in a box in this one ginormous tangle, and of course blamed it on us because it was in such a tangle. Oh dear, it was funny. I think I can't remember if I untangled it. I think I did. I know what happened. I went through and I untangled it all. Took me hours and sent it back to her, and I never heard from her again. She evidently I don't know what happened. Anyway, but whatever. I don't have that kind of time today. This was early on in the business.
That's what she's saying. Don't send her your tangled yarn.
Yeah. If you do, you won't see it again. Because I barely have time to
Hello.
do anything. Hello. Barb?
I'm about to finish my shawl.
Oh,
I have-
Rebecca. Excellent.
Yes, I have this left. I just have one row to go. I
Oh,
hope
great.
it lasts.
Yeah, see, so that's what we were talking about. That's about what I had left as well.
Yeah.
But I
See,
finish all my only one color. I had to help the other one to go, look, because it was almost, I was getting out of yarn, so I just have this left and one row to go, and I hope it lasts.
You mean that's the ombre yarn that you just were holding up? That's not the
Yes.
solid yarn?
No, that's the
okay, I
ombre.
misunderstood. That's the ombre. Okay, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's perfect. And are you all out of the solid, or do you have any solid left?
No, I don't have any solid. I had to help with this one because I was
Okay,
almost
got it.
with the same color. I cannot show you very well, but look here. I help
Yeah,
here
it's perfect. Yeah.
with this one because I
The
wanted to
stripe, you use
finish
the ombre.
in the yellow. I wanted to finish in the yellow, and I had a lot of blue left, but I didn't have the solid enough for another round. So I hope it lasts. I was trying to hurry, so I will finish before you end it, but I just need 2 rows. And
Well,
also
you'll probably finish because we'll be here till 1:30 or
okay.
till the half
And
hour mark.
also wanted to let you know that I learned in another DC meter pattern to carry the one because it was another one with 2 colors. So at the end, it was very easy for me because look, I don't have anything to weave
It's
in.
beautiful, and you can't even really tell that it was
No.
woven up the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
no.
beautiful. It's
So
beautiful.
if anyone is starting, you can carry on, and it will be easier because you don't have to weave in anything at the end.
True.
Right. Excellent.
So that was-
Excellent. Oh, thank you for sharing that with us.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and you still have some time, so we'll try to check in on you to see where you're
Okay.
at
Thank
before
you.
we leave.
Yes.
Shauna, I'm
Thank you.
sorry I interrupted.
Oh, no, it's fine. I just asked what colors she used. Is it the same as the sample?
Yes, except I have made another arowana with that the ombre one, but a lady wanted it, a friend wanted it, so I gave it to her. So I was without that yarn, and I love these colors, so I took the same
It looks
as the
nice.
sample.
Looks very nice.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
I love that this pattern is so doable. You don't have to be this amazing, experienced knitter, and yet it still has got enough changes in it for it to be interesting, so it's not boring. And yet it's doable. It's something that people who aren't expert knitters can accomplish it. And then what you end up with is something that looks like you've really done something complicated. I think it's just the perfect pattern for all of those reasons. So
Welcome.
Yes.
I'm making a joke. I'm kidding.
No, we're very happy to have this pattern and appreciate so much you coming on here and spending this time with us. It's just been just lovely. This has been an extra lovely group of knitters, and I appreciate that.
Pamela, I haven't seen
Yes.
you since the San Francisco top.
Oh, you were on the San Francisco top. That was the very first knit along. Did you finish that top?
No.
It is so beautiful and so long. It just went on forever, didn't it?
It did.
Oh, I'm so glad that you joined us again. So glad. That was way, oh my goodness, years
Way back.
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, in like 2020 or something. Yeah.
yeah, I started it, and I started it over many times.
It's the most beautiful pattern. It's this basket weave pattern that is just gorgeous, but it's very tedious, and you can't, it's not one that you can really, it's not forgiving, I guess is the best way of putting
No,
it.
it's not.
So yeah, it wasn't forgiving. So yeah,
I
not
do
the
have
best
one more
choice.
question. When,
Yes.
if you are cutting while you're going along and having all the ends, how long do you give yourself to cut? Because I want to make sure I do have enough yarn.
I say about this.
Okay. And I'll still have enough yarn.
Yeah, just a couple inches.
Okay, that's what I've been doing. And
I-
I
I'm
do a lot of Zoom. So while I do a Zoom, that's when I'm weaving in gives me something to do.
That's brilliant.
I'm a little more careful with the solid colors than I am with
Yes, okay. But because you said it's such a pain at the end, and I agree, since I do a Zoom like every other day during that hour and a half Zoom that I'm on, and I'm a listener, not a, I'm doing it then. Do it as I go along, because I do not want to do them all at the end.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's smart. That's very wise.
I wish
Very
I took
wise.
Donna, I'm going to tell you, I enjoyed the pattern. I did another knit along, and it was with the butterfly, the shawl, the butterfly shawl. I don't know if any of you have done that. I loved it. It was those short rows. That was really fun. But this has been really fun to do. I enjoyed it.
Good.
Yeah,
If
I
you
agree with that.
Good. I'm so happy to hear that. Like if you guys though were going to, if you had your perfect shawl, what would you like to see in it? Just so I know and Pamela knows, so we can talk about that and add it for next time.
I would like to do a dressy shawl. Of course, I could take any of these shawls and use, put, something in to make it dressy. I wouldn't this has too much going on. I like the idea that you made this first as a solid color, because now I'm thinking of doing it in a solid color and adding beading or something.
Oh, heck yeah.
I would like, but
should I show them the other shawl that I made with the mohair?
Oh yeah, go ahead and
I'm getting ready to send this off to her. So
okay, good. How often do you do the knit-alongs, Pam?
I try to have some project going, sometimes two projects going all at the same time. So like right now, I only have one project for over the summer. So we've got a knit along for the Orcut Tea starting in 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, I don't know what that is. I'll have to go online to look at that.
Yeah, you can always see what knit along is going on by, if you look on our website, if you look on our website, if I pull it up, always at the top, kind of to the left on that, not the main header, but the little header on the left, at the very end of that header is always the knit along that you can sign up for, that we have going on. The current knit along.
Okay, I'll check that out.
Or if it's on your phone.
I haven't started mine yet, but will be. One of my friends was on earlier, Jackie, and another friend that lives in Atlanta. Jackie and I live in Jacksonville, Florida, and our other friend lives in Atlanta. we all bought the pattern. They're waiting on their kits to be delivered. And then I think we're
Oh.
gonna kind of watch the video, and Jackie had to drop off, but
Oh,
we're
that's
gonna be
perfect
continuing
though.
Oh, I got it. Thank you.
Do you see it? If you're
Yes.
on your phone,
Yeah, I am.
you have to hit that little menu.
I did. And the next
Yeah.
one is what is it called?
It's called the Orcut Tea,
Okay.
and it looks like this.
Yep, I got it. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Perfect. You're welcome.
All right, I'm gonna look into
Yeah.
that. And do you always have it
That's-
at the same time on Wednesday at this time?
It's either Wednesdays or Saturdays at the same time.
So it'd be 1 o'clock your time on a Saturday?
12 o'clock. 12 o'clock
Oh, 2
Pacific.
o'clock your time. Okay.
12 o'clock Pacific, either on Wednesdays or Saturdays. And if
Okay,
I've got
great.
2 going on within a month, it'll, one will be
And
on
does
Wednesday
it
and the other will be
say
on
when you
Saturday.
sign up if it's a Wednesday or a Saturday?
Yeah. It'll give
Okay.
you all the dates when you sign up.
Okay. Thanks.
Yes.
Check it
Yay.
out. I love this. I love
I'm
that
looking forward
everybody's
to
from all over the place. I just love the diversity of it. Love it.
I agree with you 100%. I just,
I do my knit-alongs where I live, and they're all, Northeasterners, and it's, it's nice. We're all, different, but this is very interesting.
yeah. I also have a friend who was a customer and became a friend who moved to Paris, and a couple knit-alongs she's joined in Paris. It's a little bit difficult with the time, but that's been fun. And now that I've opened up to Canada, now that people can buy and we ship to Canada now, it'll be fun when people from that's just starting, but it'll be fun then when we have Canadians joining the knit-along. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, Shauna, you have okay, now I have to. Okay, so drum roll, this is a big reveal. I haven't even seen it yet.
I know, it is beautiful. Is everybody ready? Now, I haven't blocked it.
Oh my God, do I love a cable.
I love it. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So
Can you hold the pattern up closer, like
Oh my
the
God,
eyelets, or
I'm trying to get it.
whatever
Because I
you.
haven't blocked it, so it's trying to this bottom part's trying to fold in.
Oh, that's
So what did
pretty.
you use?
This is fingering weight. I think it's wool and then mohair, which is lace weight.
Right.
And I use them together.
I think it's, I forget the names.
Love it.
Oh, the Kathmandu
Gorgeous.
oh no.
Oh, I've
Kathmandu.
used Kathmandu.
Yeah, it's Kathmandu. And then
and
it's held with a kid's, like a kid silk mohair. Oh, those cables are just stunning,
Gorgeous.
Shauna. Just gorgeous. Oh, I want one. You may never get this one back.
I want it back.
Actually, Shauna, the only reason you're going to get it back is because the color doesn't look good on me anymore. So you're safe. If it were blue or, some clarifying color, I would, but those cables.
Beautiful.
Yum, yum, yum.
Love it.
Yeah. So
what knitting level would you say that this is? Would you say it's intermediate?
No. I would say this is maybe advanced beginner, if even advanced beginner. It's one cable every 16 rows. And other than that, the only thing you're doing is doing this, which is I think it's 5 knit on the off the wrong side.
Make the garter edge.
Garter edge.
And that's it.
And it's
Other
big
than
cables,
that,
so it's easy. They're not little tiny, so that makes it easy also.
It's 8
Are
by
they 4?
8. No,
Oh, they're
8.
8.
8 by 8 cables.
That's what makes that luscious.
Right.
Oof.
Yeah, so because that was gonna look good, like while it was still big. Like it's still like visually interesting while it's big, because at first, the first few ones that I did, because I have knit this like multiple times trying to get it right. And the first few that I did were smaller cables. I started with a 3x3 cable, which looks really good until you get to about here. And then
you
it's
lose
just
the cable.
and like little cable here.
Yeah.
And I made it a
You
4x.
wanted it to be more dramatic,
Yeah.
much more of a statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then I finally switched to 8x8. But the only thing is you have to, because I did have I think 2 people test knit this for me. So this pattern is all done and ready to go. I'm gonna mail this out to her very soon. I would have mailed it all out already, but I was a little bit disheartened from some of the feedback I got from the Lucy shawl. So I was not feeling well enough mentally to mail this out yet. But now I feel much better and I will mail it out to her. But the only thing is you have to kind of puff the cables out a little bit, just manually, because they're so big. So you just want to kind of fix them so they look so good and like so uniform with each other. And the people that test knit it did not do that, and you can definitely see a difference. But I mean, if we did this in like a knit along, we would definitely go over that and go over how to do it.
And we
But
can
that
also put that on the pattern as
for
well.
sure, for sure. But that's the only like
Oh,
that we would
well,
have.
since you brought that up, people don't understand that when you create something for a lot of people, you're kind of putting yourself out there. And I'm sure people don't understand how vulnerable that can make you feel. So thank you so much for hanging in and finishing this beautiful shawl. And
No problem.
everything's good.
And for
Everything's good.
right away.
This is really pretty. Really, really pretty. Will this be a knit along or a pattern available?
It'll be both. It'll be a pattern and a kit and a knit along.
Are the yarns?
And I can't tell. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Are the yarns solid? On my screen, holding it close, maybe it looks a little tweedy, or like there's a little flub, or
It's a it's a little tweedy.
Yeah.
I wish I could hold on. Maybe I can get.
It's
get
really,
a,
really pretty.
Yeah, I was insistent at the tweets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she asked for when she said find a yarn. That's what the yarn looks like.
Yeah, I have, you know what? I have
Oh, yeah.
I have another ball. Hold on one second.
Nice. Fingering weight.
Yes.
Okay.
And then when you hold it, I think you get like a DK when you hold it with the.
Yeah.
Let me see which kid silk. The yarn isn't available in the store yet because. And I do want to say that this isn't going to be offered yesterday because it takes me some time. There's quite a, it's called silk mohair. It's just beautiful silk mohair. Oh yeah, lovely, very lovely. And it's going to come, in a rainbow of colors. I try to have at least 8 or 10 color choices
Would love
available.
to see it in like
but
a red color.
Yeah, red would be beautiful. Christmas time, oh, beautiful. I just wanted to say that it does take some time to get things turned around on my end. There's a lot that just goes into listing a pattern. There's a lot that goes into just getting a knit along set up and getting it scheduled on the schedule. So it's not going to be next month that we're going to be able to offer it. But believe me, it will be in the works just as soon as I can get it rocking and rolling.
For this shawl, so she wants it. But also, if anybody wants to test knit anything, please feel free to reach out to me. I know that Pamela doesn't probably like want you guys to test knit a bunch of stuff because she wants you guys to buy the patterns or in the kits. But I mean, that does help me because it's you guys that are buying the kits and you guys that are doing it and you guys that are at the level of everyone else generally. And so if I have somebody in this group test knit it, then it's like everybody's doing it, if that makes sense.
Well,
And
it's interesting how Shauna or I can think that something is clear just because it makes sense to us, but it might not be clear to someone
I'll
else.
tell you what
Go
happened to me
ahead.
a few years ago. I wasn't as advanced knitter as I am now. And somebody asked us to test knit a pattern. I said, I would try that, you know. So what was interesting is we had a beginner, a medium, advanced. And what turned out was I was the smallest size. Somebody was a medium, was large. The medium and large directions were correct. The small directions were incorrect. So, and I, as the newer of the beginning, you know, not as advanced, was going nuts. And they realized, they called the designer and she said, you're right. I made a mistake with the small. And then once she fixed it, it was easy. So it's interesting to have different, I guess, players doing it and different sizes because only the small size was incorrect. The medium and the large were correct. Interesting.
Yeah, that happens. That happens. So, and you know, we make mistakes. We're human. Sometimes, you know, we'll make a typo or we'll, you know, we all have to give each other grace and understanding and know that we're here to help and stand behind what we, you know, to what we do. So anyway,
I haven't made this yet, but I want you to know that I have cut out this cowl.
Oh,
you know, I'm the Chardon, and I'm looking through going, there's that, and I've printed this out and I have my yarn, but I clipped this out a long time ago because I loved it so much.
Oh.
And I keep
And
it
you
actually
found
right
it.
here as my reminder of, you know, just things that I really like. And for me, I live in Florida, but I can wear a cowl anytime. I'm cold natured. I'm covered up right now because the air comes off our air conditioning unit right to where I sit primarily, and I have a house full of boys. So teenage boys, you know, so 4 boys and me. So they're all hot all the time, and I'm freezing. So I get my wearability of all my stuff because I'm cold because they're freezing me out. But yeah, I love that.
Yes, that Chardon Cal, and it's so affordable, you know, it just it's really a lovely piece.
Yeah. Well, I like the reason I love shawls. They're beautiful. This is beautiful. The Lucy shawl is beautiful. Here I like cows because I don't have to worry about them falling off my shoulders or having a pin or, you know, if you're active and moving around or going, you know, here, sometimes that's easier for me, but they are beautiful. And I have some lovely jewel, you know, type closures or buttons or pins and different things like that to go with those as well. But
so what I'm hearing is we need a shawl that won't fall off.
yes,
I can do that.
I love shawls.
Well, you've already done it.
Right, that's very true.
I love shawls because I was a principal of a school and every classroom would be a different temperature. So I'd walk around with my shawl. First I was put it on, then I was taking it off. But I love it because I take them wherever I go. Just throw it in your purse. You never know what the temperature is going to be at someone's house. I love them.
Or at a restaurant or whatever.
And I love this one. I can't wait till I can finish it and wear it.
Show it off.
It looks much harder than it was. People are going to say, you made that? I think they're going to be, you know,
I love working with just basic stitches and ordering them in a way that makes the project look much harder and much more visually interesting than it actually is.
So
So
an example of something like that, this is a cowl that I made, and it's done in the round, but it's a simple, this one little key is the repeat, but you're just changing color with a base color. You know, things like
And it's
that
mosaic probably, so you're on,
are
yeah. Mhm.
are very interesting. It's not mosaic knitting. It's
Oh,
actually
it's not
color work.
mosaic. Oh,
It's
it
color
is?
work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's regular
Yeah,
color
it's
work.
beautiful.
But the colors too, the vibrant kind of colors, seasonal color things are fun too.
well,
Where you can,
everything I design, I try to make at a level where everyone can knit it, but it doesn't look like it doesn't look like you have knit it.
yeah,
It's like you have purchased it from a high-end shop, I hope.
yeah,
But
yeah.
that's when I design things, I try to keep that in mind. I try to keep the most basic knitter in mind, but then I also try to keep more advanced knitters in mind because I want everybody to be interested by it, but I don't want to make it unattainable for I remember doing patterns when I was like not as seasoned as I am now, and I would just get so frustrated and I would stop them, and I had hundreds of patterns and that I never did because they were too hard, and I don't want someone to ever feel frustrated by something that I put out into the world. So
Could you just discuss very quickly, so I never asked, about blocking this at the end or steaming it or?
yeah, so I personally with this yarn, I don't think that I don't think you really have any need to block it, except maybe at the end if you don't want it to curl. It lays pretty flat by itself, and then you don't want to like lose this ruffle that you have in it. So if you pull it to block it, then I would be afraid that you would lose some of the texture that it has. You could really, really loosely block it in one piece. I would say block it in one piece so you make sure that the lines are even. But I do block things now. If you would have asked me 3 years ago, I didn't block anything. But
I didn't either, but I do now.
yeah, I didn't block these personally. I haven't blocked any of them just because I don't want to lose the texture. And especially I don't want to lose like the ruffle on the end. However, if you don't want it to curl under on the beginning end, then like on the
I
small
love that curl.
yeah, I
I
like it
love that curl.
too. I like it too.
I steamed this one just really lightly. I didn't pin it tight. I just laid it out without pinning it and then just ran a steam just to kind of let the fibers go and relax. And I think that's all it needs, if anything. And if you don't want to block it at all, the blocking police will not come after you.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, it's been so
I have one last
lovely.
question. Are you,
Oh, yes,
will
yes.
you will you replenish the colors that are out at some point?
I got in, I think today there are some more. I think the only colors that are, well, let me put it this way.
I see a lot of
there are several. Yeah, there are several colors that are back ordered that I can't get right now. I'm just waiting for them to literally come on the boat. Gotcha. But the three that I could get to replenish, let me tell you what they are. And I believe they either came in today. No, they came in yesterday. And so they're in the shop now. And that's the Mariana Trench, the Starry Night, which is this one, and the Nautical Twilight, which is the Aurora, Nautical Twilight. No, that's not the one. The Nautical Twilight, the Starry Night, and the Mariana Trench. So let me see what it looks like now.
Yeah.
The rest, unfortunately, are still back ordered.
Mariana.
Also, can we check in with Rebecca? Is she almost done with her shawl?
Yes. Oh, thank you. Yes. Just give me one moment. Yeah, we're still out of Mermaid Dreams. Oh no. This isn't what I wanted.
I just went over my halfway point. I just hit my Russian.
Are you gonna
joint.
make it? Are you gonna make it? Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't Rebecca.
Yeah.
Tina. Excellent. And you did a nice Russian join. I love that.
Thanks.
I love that. So let me see. I guess we're still missing Mermaid Dreams and okay, Starry Night. I see we got Starry Night in, but we must be out of cornflower. Let me go through here. But yes, we did get restocked yesterday, so some of the X's should be gone. The
I see
X's that
Starry Night
remain,
and cornflower still has an X through it.
it does, and it's probably because we're out of cornflower.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know,
Yeah, that's
there's two elements. So
Yeah.
I have these colors on back order. So even though I have
I just
Starry
keep an
Night,
eye. I keep an
cornflower,
eye out for when they come back in.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, and you know, maybe I don't have, I can put, I'm not supposed to, my technicians have told me not to touch the website, so I can't do that now. But I can put the app on there that will let you click notify me when it's back in, and you can just put your email in. So give me a day or two until I get this website issue fixed, because they don't want me to touch anything until they figure out what's going on.
Okay. Thank you.
So anyway, so Rebecca, where are you? Can we see? Are you
Almost done. Are you binding off?
Almost, yes.
Ah,
I'm binding off.
excellent?
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful work. You do beautiful work, Rebecca.
thank you.
Yeah,
Almost done.
beautiful.
I love those colors.
Yeah, it's
Just
so pretty.
beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
oh, post it in the Facebook group when you're done, please.
Yes, I will. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Well, ladies, if there are no more questions, I think we'll say ciao for the day. But it's so nice seeing you. We'll meet you on another knit along. And have you named the shawl yet? The one you held up, Shauna?
Well, you know what? The Lucy shawl is named after my daughter, so I guess we got to do the Jude shawl for my son. And he said
Okay, so
he liked this one, and so he said, okay, to this one being Jude. So this is the Jude
very
shawl.
good. So keep an eye out for the Jude shawl so that we can all meet again for that one. So thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Stay
Thank
cool
you.
and have a lovely afternoon.
Thank you. I
Bye-bye.
love
You
this.
too.
Bye bye.
Love each one of you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.